Yes, welcome to Africa 24. This is your Dimba break show that comes every day because when we have sports ongoing in the country, in the whole world, we have to come here so that we can discuss what is happening in the world. I'm saying we are sorry for what happened. This is a free 24 Dimba show that happens every day when we have sports happening in the country and also in the whole world. But now we have the Olympics 2024 that ongoing. You know, the Olympics 2020 and the Olympics 2024 they are quite different because you can see what is happening. And of course, don't forget that when you are focusing on Olympics, we as Kenyans we are very disappointed because of what happened. So we want to see what is going to happen as we analyze the Olympics that are happening in the France nationality. So we are waiting to see if our country Kenya is going to lift a lot of gold. And we have been seeing that China is the leading country with a lot of gold, followed by the USA. But now, yesterday, there is something that happened whereby Faith Kipyegon, one of our Kenyan athletes, who is famous for 1,500 meters, was disqualified. This is due to the action that was done by the Ethiopian athlete. But again, after Kenya appealed to the Olympics, we were given back our abroad. As you know, in Africa 24, we always give you more about what is happening because Paris Olympics, this is the entire story that is happening in the whole world. And of course, don't forget about our own Julius Diego, who has qualified for the finals when it comes to throwing the javelin. He has set a record in the Paris Olympics. Don't forget about what happened in the 100 meters finals, whereby our very own Ferdinand Omanyala has been cyberbullied in the social media. But one thing I will always ask Kenyans is they should respect any person because it is not any day that you're going to win. Every day is not a win day. So why are Kenyans cyberbullying Ferdinand Omanyala? Because he failed. So waiting to see if we are going to qualify for gold and also win a lot of gold. Without forgetting our Chebet won yesterday, and of course, what I know is that our Kenyans are putting a lot of effort. But when it comes to the rugby and also the volleyball, this is where we went and made a big mistake. In the volleyball team, our Malkia Stakers, we were defeated by Brazil, Poland, and back defeated by Japan. But I tend to know that this group was very tough for our Malkia Stakers despite our Malkia Tigers being the champions of Africa still in the Olympics. This is where we made a mistake. But one thing I would always say is that when you are preparing for the Paris Olympics and also World Games, you have to be ready. You have to be sure that you are not going to make mistake because any mistake that you're going to make is going to cost you. Any mistake that you're going to make, it will definitely cost you. Don't forget that in African 4, we are telling you any step by step on what is happening in the Paris Olympics that are happening, and they're starting on the month of July, that is date 26, up to date 11 of this month, that is August. Again, we have the pre-season friendlies that ended. The teams are back. Now they are back to the training as we wait for several leagues, different leagues to come and start. Premier League is one of the favorite leagues that we have in the whole world. So it's going to be back. Premier League is going to be back. Bundesliga is going to be back. We have La Liga is going to be back. We have Serie A is going to be back. We have Turkish League is going to be back. And of course, one of the fastest growing leagues in Saudi Arabia is going to be back. So what next? You're waiting to see. Several transfer news have really happened in the whole world. Teams have strengthened their team. Others are still waiting that things might change or they trust their squad. Without forgetting what is happening, Chelsea Chelsea is like now they want to give Conor Gallagher, who is one of their youngest players there, and that is a player who grew in the academy of Chelsea. They released Odoi, Callum Odoi, Mason Mount left. Now they want to release Conor Gallagher. So what is the problem? Did Todd Bowley came to West Chelsea? Did Todd Bowley came to make money in Chelsea? This is after the Russian and Ukraine war that affected Chelsea because Roman Abramovich, of course, he was a Russian. So he was supposed to leave from England because any country was against what is happening in Russia and Ukraine. But again, you know, in Chelsea, we are going to discuss more about that. But we, without taking a step, we want us to look into details about what is happening in Paris Olympics 2024. Of course, yesterday there is some incident that happened in the Paris Olympics when Faith Kipyegon and Chebet were running. There were some distractions that happened on the way as they approached toward the end on the final lap. And the obstructions that will happen, the camera directed the obstruction to Faith Kipyegon. But after after thorough investigation, it was found that it is not Faith Kipyegon, rather the Ethiopian athlete. And after disqualifying Faith Kipyegon, they had to restart the win for Faith Kipyegon because she was number two after Jude Chebet. So as Kenyans were roaring, Kenyans were fuming in the social media, in the Olympics social media platforms. They really made sure that everything is going to be okay, and Faith Kipyegon was reinstated his win, our win, and that is one thing that we are proud as Kenyans. The only goal we have now is from Chebet. We have seen Julius Diego pulling one of the greatest performance. You have seen a lot of competition happening. And don't forget about 100 meters finals that is happening in Paris Olympics. But I will only want to request the Kenyans that they should always give time. The Kenyans should not always criticize anyone because whatever happened after Manyala came number 7 in the Paris Olympics 100 meters finals, take one, it is not recommendable in our country, Kenya, because it is so bad to see a good player like him, a good athlete like him, being cyberbullied in the social media platforms. So we're waiting to see because Kenyans are well known in the Paris Olympics. Kenyans are well known in the long distance tracks. You need to see if this one is going to happen. If things are going to be okay. If Kenya is going to lift a lot of gold in the field track events. Yeah, you saw what happened. Joshua Cheptegei. Cheptegei is from Uganda, but he lifted 10,000 meters gold because he was the first to finish the line. And Cheptegei is like a Kenyan name. You know, Kenyans' names are really uh, firing in the Paris Olympics that are happening in France. Of course, the Paris Olympics, you know, we are all depending on long distance tracks. So about Paris Olympics, details will be coming on your Dimba Al Afrique show. I want us to just check on the today's program and see if we are going to win any in these games. Earlier today, we had Faith Kipyegon from 11 a.m. That is 11 a.m. 1,500 meters, whereby Faith Kipyegon was there together with Susan Ejore and Nelly Chepchichir. And at 11:20, we had a javelin men's qualification, whereby Julius Diego qualified and he gave us one of the outstanding performance. Again, we went to up to 21:50. That is East African time. We are waiting to see if men's 1,500 meters is going to give us some of the win because we have Brian Common in that 1,500 meters together with Chimon Cheruiyot. We're waiting to see if Timothy Cheruiyot is going to give us a win together with Brian Conman in 1,500 meters final. Again, we will be having women's 3,000 meters steeplechase final, whereby we have Beatrice Chepkoech and Faith Cherotich. Those are some of the field events that we have today. So we are backing Faith Chepkoech, and today we have Brian Common today together with Team of the Chariot. We are waiting to see if they are going to win, if they are going to give us gold together in this Paris Olympics. So Kenyans will be ready to watch Paris Olympics as we support Team of Chariot in those competition together with Faith Cherotich, Beatrice Chepkoes, and Brian Conman. So those are some of the schedules that we have today for the Kenyans in Paris Olympics. Moving on, transfer news have encroached. Teams are really. I've seen Manchester United pulling one of the greatest young defender, that is Lenny Yoro, and also making sure that they will be comfortable with the defense despite the links of Aaron Wan-Bissaka to West Ham United. You know, Aaron Wan-Bissaka has been Manchester United uh, right back for a long time, so we need to see if he's going to exit under the reign of Eric Ten Hag. You have seen what happened in Chelsea. Chelsea, they are signing younger players. This is after the exit of Mauricio Pochettino, who led the team up to Europa qualification. And despite Manchester United winning the FA Cup, Chelsea went to play for this Conference Cup. We're waiting to see if Chelsea is going to win. If Chelsea going to give us one of the best performance. Again, Arsenal, they made a mistake. I've seen what happened in Arsenal, that is Emirates Stadium, allowing Mikel Arteta allowing Emil Smith Rowe to exit. Emil Smith Rowe to exit Arsenal this after 14 years. This is one of the things that really made me to get shocked, because this is a very talented player, and despite him being signed by Marco Silva, you know, Marco Silva is one of the coaches of Fulham. He's going to coordinate well in the Fulham team, you know. So Mikel Arteta allowing Emil Smith Rowe to exit, this is one of the tough decisions that he made. Again, Arteta is making improvement. He signed Riccardo Calafiori, defensive midfielder from one of the best teams, and this is an Italian who played for Euro 2024 tournament, whereby I know very sure that Giorgino is in top area to convince Riccardo Calafiori, because all of them are Italian. So they convinced all of them so that they can play in Arsenal Football Club. Arsenal, they are making one of the top signing. You know, if they have Riccardo Calafiori will be playing together with Ricardo will be playing together with Ben White, together with William Saliba. You know, they will be playing together in the Arsenal midfielder and together with the defense. So if they have one of the greatest goalkeeper, David Raya, they have William Saliba, they have Ricardo Calafiori. So I'm very sure Arsenal will be playing one of the top game when it comes to the Premier League that is starting in the next 2 weeks. Mikel Arteta, together with his team, is making one of the greatest signing in the Premier League. But we have to see if Arsenal is going to bottle this league again. If this is true, Arsenal is going to bottle this league. So if this is true, then Arsenal will be cast team, because in the last 2 seasons they have bolted against Manchester City. City won. Now we have Arsenal still there, but they are doing a lot of signing. I've seen that they want to send Merino. You know, this Euro 2024 tournament is one of the areas and the games that really brought into exposure of talented players. You saw what happened in the Qatar World Cup 2022, whereby some of the players were exposed. This is the likes of Cody Gakpo, who plays for Liverpool. They were exposed by this World Cup, and this is the area whereby you can detect and sign a player. You know, this is one of the tournaments that really gave impression of some key players. You saw what happened in Chelsea, whereby Marco Cucurella is one of the players who really impressed a lot of people, and he went all through to win Euro 2024 together with Spain. So I think these international tournaments, they really boost some of people. They really give players that momentum and that exposure is so what we need. So I think Ricardo Calafiori playing for Arsenal will be one of the greatest achievements that Mikel Arteta will have been doing, because they will be having quality defense together with William Saliba, together with Calafiori, and they have the best goalkeeper. So we'll be waiting to see what is going to happen when the league starts, because they have the best wing. We have Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka together with Martinelli, they'll be ensuring that they get one of the best scores. And also, one thing that I can just tell is that Arsenal, they should get a very qualified striker, not just depending on Gabriel Jesus. Jesus can be there, but still is not the one that Arsenal should depend on, because he is very slow and he is not up to position. The way we see Erling Haaland playing in Manchester City, despite Haaland having one of the best midfielders, the likes of Kevin De Bruyne, the likes of Bernardo Silva, he has the best players, but still he can score goals from his own area. So what I can say is that Arteta should go and look for a key and very talented striker, because he is only lacking a finisher when it comes to his Arsenal team. Again, saying that Arsenal, they want to sign Merino from Spain. It's like Arsenal, they are ready to win this Premier League, but since 2002 we have not seen what is Premier League. We're waiting to see whether Arsenal is going to give us this quality performance when it comes to this new season 2024-2025. Chelsea, of course, you know that they are signing new players, young players. Todd Bowley and the new management came just to change the whole management, because they really, really got expelling other older players. They just want young players, and that is why now you have seen. I've been following what is happening. They want to let Conor Gallagher go. Conor Gallagher is one of the key and the strong midfielders they have in Chelsea, but still, despite the link between Conor Gallagher, Enzo Fernandez, together with Moises Caicedo, they want to allow Conor Gallagher go. This is one area that will make Chelsea regret in the future. So we're waiting to see if this is going to happen. So then, if it happens, what next? If Chelsea now allows Conor Gallagher go, what next? I've seen what is happening in Manchester City. Pep Guardiola is one of the coaches who knows how to make money. Guardiola now he really brought Julian Alvarez with a fee worth 18 euros. But now is selling Julian Alvarez. That is the year 2022 where Pep Guardiola signed Julian Alvarez. This is one of the Argentinian strikers who really played and impressed in the World Cup 2022. They won. They are the World Cup champions. When it came to Manchester City, they won a lot of competition. They have won Premier League. They have won FA, Carabao. They have won Champions League. They have won UEFA Super Cup, Club World Cup. So Julian Alvarez, in less than 2 years, he has won a lot of games in Man City. Pep Guardiola, I've seen Atletico Madrid. This is one of the big clubs in Spain. They want to buy Conor Gallagher together with Julian Alvarez. So Julian Alvarez is being sold at a fee worthy 108 euros. So the difference between from 18 euros to 108 euros, this is big difference, and Man City knows how to make money from teams. You have seen again Manchester City. There is a link between Kevin De Bruyne, whereby he'll be moving to Saudi Arabia. But when Pep Guardiola was asked about Kevin De Bruyne moving to Saudi Arabia, he said that KDB is here to stay. They all depend on Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne is one of the key players. When he got injured, you saw what happened in Manchester City. Manchester City was struggling to win. Manchester City was struggling there, but still, when they got KDB, this is where they started coming back, and Arsenal bottled the league. Arsenal really lost the league when they were defeated by Aston Villa. I've seen what is happening in West Ham. West Ham, they are really trying to sign quality players. They have one of our best African players, that is Mohamed Kudus. Mohamed Kudus was one of the key players we saw in World Cup 2022. This is where he was spotted by a West Ham team, and now he's playing for West Ham. And of course, when it comes to Premier League, every team wanted to struggle it. Every team wants to make sure that come next season we are ready and we are ready to compete, because when it comes to Premier League, this is one of the tough leagues that we have in the whole world. You cannot just compare Premier League with the Bundesliga, compare Premier League with La Liga, Premier League with Saudi Arabia. It is one of the best, but we have the best competition in the Europe, European competition. We have the UEFA Champions League, we have the World Cup, but when it comes to individual leagues, then we have this EPL that happens in the United Kingdom. We're waiting to see if Man City is going to win. We're waiting to see if this is going to happen. Then what next? Again, I know some of people are asking what is happening in Aston Villa. Aston Villa pulled one of the greatest performers in the last season, whereby Unai Emery was there. Unai Emery came there and they changed everything. They had super, super Steven Gerrard, but still Gerrard could not be able to lead the team to the next competition. And Unai Emery came and is the one who really denied Arsenal the league. We are waiting to see if this is going to happen. Then what next? What next to the Premier League? People are ready to watch the Premier League. Teams have really released their season, that is their home and away kits. Which kits have really impressed you? You can tell us through the comment section. Chelsea have really released their away kits, home and away, but there are some of the criticism that comes after they released their uh, home and away kits. Arsenal, they have released their kits, and people are really congratulating them because those kits really resemble our Kenyan flag. I think if I get time, I'll go for one kit from Zalendo and I will send it to Zalendo all the way to United Kingdom. So we are waiting to see if Zalendo is going to accept that one, and if no, I will just get my jersey back again. So you can join us through the comment section there so that you can share more about Paris Olympics, transfer news about the FKF in our country, Kenya, Football Kenya Federation, after we have a new CS nominee, Kipchumba Murkomen. He was vetted. We are waiting to see whether the parliament, the MPs are going to allow him lead this docket for sports. So you can tell us through the comment section. I can see Gibbs Icona is there, one of the greatest fans for Liverpool. I know Gibbs Icona, you have watched what happened yesterday in the Paris Olympics 2024, whereby our very own Faith Kipyegon was disqualified. But after Kenyans started to send those emails, started to give a warning that we are going to occupy Paris, then our win was restarted. We are waiting to see whether today the track events that we have, of course, Timothy Cheruiyot will be there. We have Cherotich will be there. Diego has really given us one of the best performers in the javelin, whereby he has exceeded into the finals. So we're waiting to see if Paris Olympics are going to favor us, because it has not been a good time in the Paris Olympics 2024. Here we are discussing more about the signings and trying to see whether the teams are ready. Of course, Man City is always ready. They have key players, but the only thing I've seen is that they want to allow Julian Alvarez go. Arne Slot is the new coach for Liverpool. He came there after the exit of Jurgen Klopp, and I was following what is happening in the social media, and it's like it is the end of era of Jurgen Klopp. Jurgen Klopp is not going to coach any other team. So if you never enjoyed Jurgen Klopp Premier League and making sure that Liverpool is going to succeed, then you will never see Jurgen Klopp again, because he has really retired from watching the Premier League and also coaching the Premier League. So it's now time for them there to relax, waiting to see if Arne Slot is going to give us quality performance. If this is the Liverpool that we have been used to, that has been scoring 7 goals against Manchester City, Saba against Man U, and also Liverpool pulling great performance when it comes to UEFA Champions League. Because, I think you all know that when Liverpool and Chelsea are not in the UEFA Champions League, then you know that things are not going to be okay. That EPL teams are not going to pull one of the greatest performers. So we are waiting to see if Arne Slot will bring that confidence, that game, The way we have been seeing Mohamed Salah play, Trent Alexander-Arnold, the likes of Virgil van Dijk, the likes of Joe Gomez, the likes of Dominic Sobozela. We are waiting to see whether this is the Liverpool that we all know. So we are preparing for the Premier League. It is the best league that we know, and no debate for that. We are waiting to see if teams are ready for the Premier League. Manchester United, there was a complaint that they want to allow Eric Ten Hag to go, but after a long conversation, Ten Hag is there to stay, and haters are really happy with that because it is like Ten Hag as not lucky for winning cups the same way. Mauricio Pochettino bottled some of finals when he was coaching Chelsea. But wish Eric Ten Hag, Arne Slot, and Pep Guardiola all the best. They have one thing in common. I'll be telling you what they have in common in a few. Again, Tottenham Hotspur, their coach is one of the coolest and humble coach in the Premier League. Ange Postecoglou, he has been quiet, not signing players. He's just there and he knows how to deliver when it comes to the team. So waiting to see how it's gonna happen in the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Gibson Connor is saying it was bad. I know you are referring to the Faith Keep Your Gun disqualification result, but now they are back and we have our win. Kenyans really wanted to occupy Paris yesterday. Again, I have seen what is happening in Barcelona. Barcelona, they really impressed in this Euro tournament. We have the top scorer for the Euro 2024 tournament, that is Dani Olmo. Dani Olmo was playing for RB Leipzig, and after they won the UEFA Euro 2024, now Barcelona, the guy from Catalonia, they want to sign Dani Olmo. So we're waiting to see if Dan Olmo is going to come back with that win. Already I've seen he has joined the guys from Barcelona. This is going to happen. Then the combination between Dani Olmo, Lamine Yamal, and they want to sign Nico Williams from Atletico Bilbao. So what is going to happen there is that things are going to be tough. But the competitors for La Liga is always Real Madrid and Barcelona. But I think when it comes, Barcelona, they still have Ferran Torres. Now they want to sign Dani Olmo. So the competition is only between two teams. But the only question I will always ask is, which team is going to stop Real Madrid from winning UEFA Champions League, La Liga, and all competition? Because this team is very lethal. Carlo Ancelotti is having one of the best squads ever. Can you imagine what you have Kylian Mbappe in the front line? You have Rodrigo and you have Vinicius Jr. At the center, that is the midfield, you have Luka Modric, you have Eduardo Camavinga, and on the back, you have Dani Carvajal, and there you have Thibaut Courtois. I think this is one of the best squad that we have because they will be playing counter. Ball will be always in Real Madrid. So waiting to see Barcelona, they are going to compete with this team, which has really announced the signing of Kylian Mbappe, who is one of the top class players we have in the whole world. What is going to happen if we start the league now? Real Madrid is going to win every game. Mbappe, Rodrigo, Vinicius Jr., Luka Modric, hey, Eduardo Camavinga is going to be tough. Real Madrid, I've been watching what is happening in Real Madrid, and yesterday there is funny comment that just came there, whereby Carlo Ancelotti, the players now are now in the season whereby they are enjoying vacation, but Carlo Ancelotti is keeping his players close. He tried to call Jude Bellingham, he'll be in the midfield. Jude Bellingham could not respond to the call, and after a while, he called Vinicius Jr. and he told him to try whether he can reach Jude Bellingham. And Jude Bellingham responded to the call immediately. So Carlo Ancelotti, when he was asked what was happening, he said that I always talk to my players like my kids. I want to ensure that they are very ready for the next season. That's why people are saying Carlo Ancelotti as magic. Carlo Ancelotti is quality player, key coach, but this is how you should relate with your players. Always converse with them, always talk to them, because this is the only way you are going to win, and you are going to have the relationship with your players ready any day, anytime. Remember, this is Africa 24 discussing more about sports. Yesterday we did one, today we want to analyze on what is happening in the Paris Olympics. Of course, we have already stated we have uh, games that are happening today at 21:05. We have games that are happening 21:05. That is East African time. We have a lot of games that are happening today, but the major event that we are eyeing is our bro and our top athlete, that is Timothy Cheruyot, together with Conman. They will be on today, waiting to see if they are going to give us gold, because we have not been lucky when it comes to winning gold in this Paris Olympic. Gibbs Ekona is saying Liverpool FC is looking forward to sign our first Georgie Mamadashvili from La Liga, Valencia. I think the name is so long, but we're waiting to see if the name really relates together with what the player is will be doing in the field. We're waiting to see if Arne Slot is going to give us the best performance that we have been used to when we have been watching Liverpool in the Premier League and also UEFA Champions League. Remember, Africa 24, you can join us through the comment section there. You tell us what is your view about the next 6 years. What is your view about the next 6 years? We have the next 6 years, that is Kipchumba Murkomen. Do you agree with the president giving Kipchumba Murkomen this very heavy docket? Because we have not been having the annual general meeting, the AGM. Kipchumba Murkomen has come at very sensitive ministry that he needs to perform. If not so, then we will be saying Luere to Kipchumba Murkomen. But we hope that he's going to deliver. Gibson Collins say we will call him Mama afterwards. Yeah, we are waiting to see whether he's going to deliver, because Liverpool, I think they have one of the top players that I really like. The likes of Dominic Zombozilai. That is a very good player from Hungary, and he has been pulling one of the greatest performers. Again, remember to always follow us, subscribe, comment, and share. This is the only way you can support Africa 24. This is the only way you can help us and bring into attention that Africa 24 is a 24-hour channel. After this, we have been following what is happening in the politics, and we'll be giving you some of the briefs, and we discuss about the politics in the country Kenya by the end of today. That is 10 p.m. East African time. Wherever you'll be following, we'll be telling you more about what is happening in the politics arena. But now we are discussing about the sports, discussing about the transfer rumors and transfer news that are happening. Barcelona, they are trying to compete with Real Madrid, signing Dani Olmo, who was the top key player in the Euro 2024, and also making sure that they will be uh, having top performers come next season to compete with Real Madrid. This is going to happen. If not, then things are not going to be okay. I've seen Paris Saint Germain, that is PSG. PSG, I've seen PSG. They have really sent approach to Manchester United that they want to sign Jordan Sancho. Jordan Sancho. Of course, one thing that I really liked with Eric Ten Hag is that the agreement between him and Jordan Sancho, after all those dramas, they really came together and set a boundary. Jordan Sancho, you have seen when he went back to Borussia Dortmund. That is the only club that sold Jordan Sancho to Man United. So we are waiting to see if this guy is going to perform. This guy is going to perform. He went back to Real Madrid, went back to PSG, went back to Borussia Dortmund. So waiting to see if he's going to give us one of the top performance, if approved. But the boundary between Ten Hag and Sancho really impressed me. Sancho is a very key player. He knows how to dribble, he knows how to perform, and he knows how to uh, give the defense problem. So waiting to see if Man United is going to allow. But my main idea is that they should not allow Sancho exit. Why should they allow Sancho exit? Why? I've seen Paris Saint-Germain after they allowed Mbappe to exit. Now they want to sign Sancho. I think Man United will really make me worry if they allow Sancho to exit in this competition. Ruto likes to have twists and turns. Is already cooking something with Raila. Gibbs Corner will be discussing all those in Africa 24 at the end of today. That is 10 p.m. East African time. Sancho will be investigated whether he'll be heading to Paris Saint Germain after exit of Mbappe. This is going to happen. Is Manchester United is going to allow Sancho to exit? Gibbs Corner say Sancho is a Premier League prostitute. He will be following the money. But I tend to disagree with you because Sancho is a very good player. He knows how to play. He knows how to dribble. He knows how to give players problems. So what I can say is that I will not agree with you, Gibbs Corner, about Sancho being linked with Paris Saint Germain. Of course, Man United, they really want to sign Mazrui from Bayern Munich. They really want to sign this Moroccan player. Still, they want to sign Delight. But I will only say this guy could not have left. If I could be asked, I will say that Sancho could not have left Borussia Dortmund to Man United. Because from the history, I've learned that Manchester United has really been wasting players. We had Radamel Falcao, Marouane Fellaini. We had Angel Di Maria. They came to Man United. Of course, you have seen they still had Don van de Beek. Don van de Beek came to Manchester United from Ajax and he was one of the key players. But still, when he came there, injuries and also not performing. So I think players should avoid Manchester United at any time, at any cost. United broke, but want to sign people. Gibbs Icona is saying that Manchester United is broke, but they want to sign. I think after they got someone who is now the owner of Man United, they have one of the best, and we wait for see. This is going to happen next season. It's going to be tough, but I worry about my team Chelsea because we are not still ready for the next Premier League season. Remember, in Affliction 4, we'll be giving you more updates about the sports in the country, sports in the whole world. But the main question that we are asking here is Kipchumba Murkomen ready? Will he deliver in the sports docket that has been appointed by President William Ruto after the cabinet dismissal, whereby we had Ababu Namwamba? Is Kipchumba Murkomen going to deliver in the sports industry? Don't forget about the Paris Olympics. And as I go back to the Paris Olympics, I'll be telling you about what is happening in the Paris Olympics today. We are expecting some of the players to be there. Athletics, of course, from 21:50, that is East African time, we have men's 1,500 final, whereby Brian Conman together with Timothy Cheruiyot will be competing at 22:14, that is 10 p.m. We shall be having women 3,000 meters triple chase, whereby we have Beatrice Chepkoech together with Faith Cherotich. We are waiting to see. I'll be ready to watch and see whether these two are going to give us gold because we have not been lucky when it comes to this Euro 2024, not Euro, that is Paris Olympics that are happening in France. Chelsea FC still crying for Roman. Of course, I will only say Chelsea has been so underperforming because the Russian and Ukraine war is really the best thing, and it's a major factor that really contributed to Chelsea downfall. Roman could not stay in UK. His accounts were really freezed by the United Kingdom government. So Roman could not stay there. So waiting to see whether this is going to happen or not. I am joined here by Alex. Alex, welcome to Dimba show, and you tell us where you are calling from. I do think Chumba Murkomen is the one to lead the sports docket in our country.
Okay, thank you, Bonnie, for this opportunity. Can you hear me clearly? Hello, Bonnie, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so Kipchumba Murkomen has been given this opportunity. I think let's not be too quick to judge him. Let's give him an opportunity to see whether he'll deliver. Then at the end of 2027, we will judge him and see what he has done on the sports sector. Personally, I'm a sports person. I've played football and I still play once in a while. So if I see some changes, I will give the flowers. But if I see nothing, we'll also we'll also comment about it. That's it.
Roman did not stay in UK any for over 10 years. So we're waiting to see Gibson O'Connor saying that Roman was not the one to stay in this team. But after his exit in the Chelsea Football Club, that is where we started to see the downfall of Chelsea. So if this one is going to happen, then Chelsea will forever be forgotten. He was directing
Can I
from the
say
distance.
something?
But we have seen him watching UEFA Champions League 2021. Gives a corner. I watched the UEFA Champions League 2021 where Chelsea won. So Roman was there, but still, the exit of Roman Abramovich will still make me not to love what is happening because this reign of Todd Bowley is really boring. It's really making Chelsea fans to get depressed because we have not been used to this kind of leadership, kind of management that we have in the country and also in this Chelsea Football Club. You can join us in Africa 24, and of course, this was
Can I say
your
something, Bonnie?
show. We are going to come here in the next 2 hours so that we can discuss what is happening. He did not live in UK but visit now and again. But the reign, I want to tell you, give second that the reign of Roman Abramovich to Chelsea really impressed a lot of people. Since he came there, we have won UEFA Champions League 2013, 2021. We have won Premier League so many times, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. So the Roman era was the best. Tony, these are American businessmen. They just know nothing when it comes to football. That is why when they came, they really got used to these young players. Now they sold all the experienced players, the likes of Golo Kante, the likes of Mason Mount, the likes of Akim Ziyech. Still, they have sold Ziyech. They really got used to all those players. They are more oriented to business than football. So they are going to affect our team. So we need to see the next season. We have bolted 3 seasons, waiting to see. Now we have new coach Enzo Maresca, new players. They doesn't know what it means by Chelsea bunch. Waiting to see if this is going to happen. They say money buy goals. How do they buy goals? Manchester City, they have a lot of money, but still they can buy everything, but they have a good play. Because you cannot just tell me Erling Haaland is not a player, Bernardo Silva, De Bruyne is not a player. Those are good players. So I think they should give them time. And Chelsea players and the fans, they should forget about winning because it will take them 10 to 20 years. That is where Chelsea will win any of the league. As we come to approach to the end of this show, I want to say thank you for joining us today. We shall be back here with another show come 10 p.m.